Hi guys. Today the main topic is the B tree. Um, like yesterday I just talked about the B tree deletion, and I'm trying to implement it, and it's hard. It's really hard implementing B tree using TypeScript, JavaScript. It's kind of hard. So I read this kind of like PDF. I think this is kind of yeah. I think this is the PDF, and this PDF really explains more about this. For example, how do you really delete in the B tree and how the B tree looks like. So if you look at here, the normal B tree, to make a B tree deletion, you have to, of course, there's gonna be correct key. For example, your target key is gonna be 6, so 6 has to be deleted. So you're just gonna traverse like it seems like search operations, but once it encounters 6, it has to be deleted, and it. But the question is that some kind is there's any rules about like deleting those kind of the record key? Of course there is it. The first thing, if it is root, so and of course it if is leaf, so leaf means that there's no children, and also if I delete this target key again, and there will be no balance issue. So example, if I try to delete 6, and let's say our minimum key is 2, so minimum degree is 2, so our minimum key is gonna be 2 minus 1, so it's gonna be equals to the 1, right? So if I delete it, so there's no gonna be balance issue, and it's done. But if I try to delete 7 again and 5 again, so that's gonna be issue. Another, so, and that's number 1. But another method is if it's not leaf. Example, I delete 10, so that's not leaf, right? So what we have to do is we have to borrow from the left, so left child or right child. Since if we try to borrow from the right child, there's gonna be issue of it, because if we're trying to borrow right child, I mean there's gonna be some kind of balance issue. So we have to get it from the 7, like left child. So we can just put it into here, 7. So 5, 6 is gonna be here, and 7 is gonna be here. So, and next thing, if I say 20, if I try to delete 20, and also it has to borrow into any children from. If I try to borrow from the left, you're gonna be okay. So we don't have to delete. So 19 here is gonna be 19. And so let's say if I try to delete 7 again, so I have to delete 7, and I have to just import it from the 6, and that's very simple. There's no kind of like some kind of logic in here, but everything seems fine. But the main problem is that if you're trying to delete 12, you cannot really borrow anything, right? So there's only 5, 6 here. So the best way is merge this 6 into 5. So merge it into node, and if there's making the balance tree, just merge it into this. So that's kind of really hard. So I think this is a really tricky part of the B tree deletion, because it has to be unbalanced. If you delete it, if your node is already unbalanced or less than minimum key length, so you have to balance from your borrowing, like putting the parent a key as a new node itself. So that's really hard. So it has to be a bunch of recursion of here. So I think after I implement that, I'm just gonna take this kind of video like this. So I think this is it. So yeah, have a nice day. See you next time. Bye bye.